Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. In this one we're going to be doing our day trading recap for the 30th of August. As always, go and check our Discord, it's in the description if you want to be seeing this stuff posted as we are taking it. So to start off, we started at 9:17 AM Eastern Standard Time. So just showing you a quick anchors where we expect markets to pull back to and start testing these anchors. Now the way these anchors work, as I kind of put here, is there's two ways basically these anchors work. Either price comes down and we just come and test them, or price kind of stays or even maybe pushes up and these anchors catch up. Either way, these anchors will need to be touched at some point. So again, these are what we tend to be using as targets. So again, if we pull up trading view real quick, we can see these did end up being hit throughout the day. Actually, I think I've wiped them off the chart, but either way, I did post them here. There we go. We hit the first one. Again, we're still targeting these other ones to come and be hit. And then what happens later in the day, again, we get a nice push down. That gets filled. That gets filled. All of them come and test. Again, like we said, when the day started, those VWAPs are here. They do push up in time. So again, either price comes down to test them or they come up to price. Either way, they will be tested. And in the meantime, while we're waiting, again, we can just use these as targets to the downside. That's a good way to use them, more as targets. Now, to carry on with what else we're looking at, this is always going to be the main trade. Again, like we checked, you can go and check any recaps for the last week and a half, because that's when we start posting these again. Here is the range on QQQs. Note, there was news today, so it's never going to be an A-star setup. Doesn't mean it won't work, it just means the probability is definitely reduced. So normally we're looking at a 90% chance that these range will fill. Again, when there's news, it slightly reduces, still 75%. So again, we still take the trades because they're still good overall setups. And again, if you're trading it on a small account, again, normally you'll scalp for a bit less profit. But again, we gave you these exact price range. This is on QQQs. We had the 472.02 down to 470.66. And again, just to add to this bias, because again, if we're opening above here, which price did, we open up well, actually quite a lot above that. Again, so that means we're going to have a short bias on the day, and as well, we do also have the downside gaps on the QQQs, sorry, on the NQs, so the futures. So again, these would line up with the range that I provided on QQQ, so they're going to be the main ones that you can target. But pushing down here, these are also likely to fill, depending where the range is. But again, we'll kind of go through all of this. Again, just going through other stuff we posted. Again, entries that we look for going to be on the fib extension. That's the 423, and again, this will line up with our magnet level on the NQs, which is the 50 SMA. Okay, then we're going through our entries. So we'll go through the charts real quick, and I can show you what we were looking at. So again, we opened up over here. Our target for the day is down here. So how do we target this? How do we get some good entries? So again, we can always grab some contracts as the market opens. Yes, sometimes you go offside, but overall we do expect that range to push. And again, yesterday was a perfect example of why we don't always like to do that, because yesterday, look how the range worked out yesterday. We opened, did a massive push away before coming down and touching that. So again, we want reasons to entry, and what were our reasons to entry today? VWAP extension, as well as a 423.6 fib from our range being created. So again, normally this is a nice strong key reversal area, as we can see on here. And not only that, we go over to the NQ futures. What did we talk about? The magnet level. This was at 19,628 roughly. And again, that basically pinpointed the top of the day, because you had two kind of key reasons, which is the fib extension, the magnet, and then it also lined up with the VWAP extensions. Again, they can help as a reason to entry, but they're definitely not the be all and end all. So firstly, that was our nice short, and that is where we called the short. And if we go over to the Discord, you'll be able to see, even on the futures, that is where we got our entries, basically to the penny on the top. Now, what happened from there? All it did was sink for the day. So we basically caught that exact to the penny top and traded it all the way to the penny to the bottom. So we were able to catch the exact top to the exact bottom. And how do we know we caught the exact bottom? What was the range provided? Again, these numbers haven't changed. 470.66 and the top of the range, 472.02. Where did we come near enough to the penny? To the bottom of that range and then bounced. That's why we trade to the range, and that is our trade plan for the day. So again, that was literally to the penny, which was great. Again, we can use these extensions to help us then coming down, but again, they're going to be on our way to the range. Again, we're kind of just referring back what we've done just to show you we were catching the top penny. We're already up 180 points. And again, we're just filling these gaps as we go. Now on the way down, again, easy top to bottom, and kind of just showed you cool. We had filled, and that is when we're done for the day. Again, they're going to be the best setups of the day. No point forcing stuff after that if we've already got some home run trades. Didn't cancel the gap fill here, but again, that ends at 11:31. So I can just turn that off real quick or have it to the field area. And again, these are the things we talked about in the Discord. Where you want biases to add up. If we have this range provided on QQQs, we have gaps to fill on the downside onto NQs. We've hit a relatively strong resistance, which are the 423 and our 50 SMA magnet. And again, these magnets are always good. With these fibs, for example, there's no reason for price to necessarily push it all the way up to them, but they can be great for reversals. However, this 50 SMA, when it's near the open, that's how we tend to use moving averages. I'm not someone who kind of trend trades off of them. I use them as a magnet. So if we open up, we're relatively close to them. Expect price to push to them before doing the overall kind of move we expect. Sometimes you expect them to break through. Other times you expect them to reverse. Today is the day we had a short bias. We had these gaps to fill as well as this range to fill. So to me, that is a great entry because we expect price to move there. We don't want to really be entering or forcing things before that. But that does provide a lovely short entry, which again, we pinpoint the top, pinpoint the short. And again, that is basically everything we went through today. That was the overall strongest game plan we would come up with. And again, they're always going to be our main focus when we have fib extensions kind of to come and fill the range. That's the A-star setup you need, and once that's filled, we are done for the day. So really, there's nothing else to go through. Today was quite a simple and easy trading day, which was quite nice and refreshing after yesterday's. Again, yesterday's the overall bias worked. We came into the range, which was nice, and again, the options did provide a 2,000% upside if you were buying them at near these highs. But again, it's always reasons for entry. And yesterday was just a bit just less clean. Again, it took a lot longer to do it. As you can see, it didn't come and fill this range down to about 2:30. Today, that happened a lot earlier. We started coming into the range by about 11:30. So today was a lot cleaner than yesterday. But overall, yesterday did work again. But it's sometimes they're not always going to be as clean as always. And again, it's always looking for kind of areas to enter. If we go back to yesterday, again, we had a lot of downside targets. Look at all these gaps that had to be filled. Tons and tons of gaps to the downside. Again, they did start to fill when we came into that range yesterday. But again, it's always reasons for entry. And yesterday, we opened up at the 50 SMA magnet on the triple Qs. So we do have a magnet over on the NQs. And where was that? 50 SMA. So that is basically where we started looking more short bias. And again, we did also have some gaps to the upside, which did provide us a high of day, which again, if you're looking at how the ranges work, we were able to near enough pinpoint the top again. This would have definitely been first entry, but these gap fills are definitely good entries as well. And where does it come down to? It fills all these gaps and comes into that range, which again pinpoints us the bottom of the day. So again, you're seeing us doing it, predicting these levels day in and day out. We're predicting the highs and lows of the market. Again, is it not always going to be as clean as this? Today was definitely a bit more of an exception, being as clean as it did. But overall, we're able to quite accurately judge, I would say, the tops and bottoms of these trading days, or not always tops and bottoms, but where we will move one to the other. So again, if you're liking this analysis, you're liking these recaps, you're finding the Discord helpful, definitely drop a like. And again, if you've got any questions, always put them in the comments or ask them in the Discord. I'm always happy to answer any questions on how we are trading. So I hope you had a good trading week. Hope you enjoy your weekend, and see you next week for some more recaps.